So 1 Corinthians 11:23. Let's bring it up. Not sure.
1 Corinthians 11:23. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord YAHAWAH'S, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. Verse 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it.
Now, when this was the time, the night that he was being betrayed, when was this? What time was this?
Passover.
That was Passover. It was the Passover that all this took place. All right, give chapter and verse again where you are.
1 Corinthians 11, and I'm at verse 24 now.
Okay, read on.
And said, take, eat, this is my body.
So this is the time where he was saying to be thankful. So in this time of Passover, we really got to have an appreciation of being thankful. This is when he was telling his disciples, because he knew he had to leave. So I want us going in this with the mentality of really thanksgiving. Of course, and the obvious of being thankful for our deliverance. Thankful, we're always to remember our coming out of the land of bondage. But we need to have that mindset that when you enter into Passover, that you're thankful for things that have taken place, things that the deliverance that he has provided for us. All right, that's why we acknowledge him as YAHAWAH'S, the Passover Lamb, our deliverer. So thank him even for the coming deliverance, the past deliverance and the coming deliverance. So this is a mentality. This will just cause you to be real grateful and thankful. And the disciples were there, and he was saying that when he had given thanks, he gave thanks. So he was even thankful that the Most High was about to do this, use him as the Passover Lamb to be the sacrifice for our nation. So you see how much gratitude we need to have? That even the Messiah who gave his life, he was thankful. We got to be thankful that we're even being used as living sacrifices. You see what I'm saying? So it should never be like, man, and I know it's not with us, but you see a lot of people now, they out there in this doctrine, man, we ain't got to do that. How is that the attitude of gratitude? How is that being thankful? Well, we're saying we don't have to do this. YAHAWAH'S did it, and then he was thankful. He was thankful to the Most High that he was even being used. When we out there on them streets, man, we should be thankful, man, that the Most High is even using us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who are we?
Right.
Wait, that the Most High is mindful of us, that we're actually speaking his words and doing his will.
Right.
So I just want y'all to, we go into this with the attitude of gratitude, and for people that you speak to prior and even coming up to, have that same attitude, because you know what it's going to do? It's going to cause the leaven to be removed. The Most High going to take away the leaven. Now, why do I say that? Keep reading.
Which is broken for you.
So, which is broken, and we're thankful to Hamashiach because he took the bread, he broke it, and said, this is for you. Knowing that, again, who is he? He's the bread of life. So we see the symbolization. My body was broken for your transgression. Not because I sinned, but based on what y'all have done. All right, read on.
This do in remembrance of me.
So when we do this, what's the this? It's the Passover. How people say we don't have to do it.
Right.
YAHAWAH'S, you don't have, and they say YAHAWAH'S said we don't have to do it. That's contrary to what we just read.
Right.
YAHAWAH'S said, do this. He said, this is my body, which is for you. Do this. Do the Passover, and you do it how?
This do in remembrance of me.
In remembrance of me. So remember me when you do this. Remember my sacrifice. Remember where my sweat was like blood. Remember when I asked the disciples to pray with me, because I knew the hour was come where I had to be betrayed. I want y'all to remember this. Think about that suffering when y'all partake of that Passover. All right? Because this is him actualizing the Passover lamb. This is why we got to do it in this time, because this is signifying Hamashiach, YAHAWAH'S. Before time, it was just a physical lamb. But you see how it's fulfilled in what YAHAWAH'S did. Right. So there was no Passover like this Passover. That was the lamb literally getting up. The word of the Most High got up And he was at the Passover with his disciples and said, this, what's getting ready to happen is for y'all. This Passover is for Israel and Israel only. All right? Read on.
Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup,
which is the wine. Come on.
when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament.
This is the New Testament, which we know this is not necessarily new. This word is really renewed. This is the reestablishing of the covenant, because he said he didn't come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. What was in the law? The covenant. Covenants come from the law. So he was reestablishing the covenant. You see how important now we acknowledge Yahawashi at this Passover? And for all these Old Testament Israelites only, how y'all doing? Who you acknowledging? How do you get back to the covenant? You have no connection with the covenant if you don't acknowledge Yahawashi. There is no renewing of the covenant. Go ahead.
In my blood.
Which is his life. Come on.
This do ye as oft as ye drink it, in remembrance of me.
Now he says, often as you drink it. Was he talking about just drinking wine? No, the context is often as you do the Passover. So how's the feast days done away with?
That's right.
He says, often as you do it. This is a Mashiach, and he was getting ready to die. This is what he told him before he died. This is a cut to anybody who said we don't have to keep feast days. Right. It's crazy. Read on.
Verse 26. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come.
You proclaim his death. That means you acknowledge him, because if you don't keep the Passover, guess what you do? You deny the Son. And if you deny him, then what? What's the penalty for denying the Mashiach? It's death. That's it. My Father, he gonna reject you. All right, read on.
Verse 27. Wherefore whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily.
Now see, that's very important. And that's what I want us to get to today. This is so serious, because you're entering into a covenant. This is another binding contract, like marriage. And if you enter into this and not understanding, counting the cost and what you signed up for, therefore whoever eats this bread or drinks the cup of the Most High, all right, of the authority that you want to take this on, come read on,
shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord.
Ooh, you're guilty of crucifying. You're guilty of crucifying. Now let's look at this word unworthy. All right, and even in the Greek, it's an axios, and in an unworthy manner, unworthily, it deals with even anxious. All right, so we have to make sure that we don't take this in an anxious. Remember, the scriptures say, "Be anxious for nothing," but that's really in an unrighteous way. All right. Matter of fact, this word has to do with properly tested, all right, equal to the task, all right? So if you're not equal to the task, you're unfit or falling short of what the Most High says is valuable, meaning you take this thing light. A lot of people take it light. They come in there and say, man, well, we're just here to eat and drink, man, have a good time. You know, this ain't nothing serious. You know, they're not counting the cost and how serious this was. Man, this is where our King died and gave his life so that we could be delivered from our sins. And you're going to come out there still with, that's why you can't take, Paul's, we're going to talk about how he said, how we have to celebrate this. So that's it on that real quick. Read down, let's keep reading.
Verse 28. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread.
Stop right there. That's the part I want. During this time, before, examine yourself. And this is where we remove the leaven. That's why they call it unleavened bread. Examine yourself. You say, man, I got any wrong, ill feelings toward any of my brothers? Right. I need to make that right before I eat the Passover. Right. Have I been backbiting the tailbearer? Is it something I need to confess? Right. Do I need to get that out right now? You know, have I not been upfront at the end of the day with the Most High? Right. You know, the scriptures tell us to confess our faults one to another. All right. So we need to know to get rid of all the uncleanness in us. We got some stuff that we've been dealing with. This is the time we come together and we say, man, brother, you know, elder, hey, if we do it, if I got something, I'm gonna let elder know. Elder same way with me.
Yeah.
Call me up, say, man, what's going on? That's my job as a priest. That's what you're supposed to do. Not let it fester and don't say nothing. You see what I'm saying? Read on.
And so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. Verse 29. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself.
Who drinketh what?
Damnation to himself.
I mean, you're going to be destroyed. You drink of damnation. That's why it's a lot of us, and Elder will tell you, they have taken the Passover and never been the same since.
Yeah.
It's times where brothers, and our elder can tell you about where they did the Passover and they did it in the wrong way, and the Most High had the table drop.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, he's not. About what, back in 2003. I'm not gonna mention no names, but
Right.
you know, brothers, they somebody's real close to me. That's all I'm gonna say. They had Passover, man, and they was you know, the music they was playing, and you know, Biggie and 112, and you know, macaroni and cheese, and you know, curry goat, oxtails. You know, this is a true story, and they knew they was doing it wrong, man. You know, but you know, the you know, the mentorship that they was following, you know, wasn't teaching the brothers right. He was really just teaching them because he just, you know, he wasn't right himself. Long story in short, you know, no sooner started, you know, table fell. Oxtail, everything on the floor. They picked everything up, put it back on the table, you know, fixed the legs on the table and everything. Fix the legs, make sure the table won't fall. Table set up again. Another 5 minutes, table all pop. You know, yeah. They say they don't know how the table fell again.
It's people that have died in Israel on Passover night.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? After Passover, the death angel come through during this time. This is very serious. That's why I say you eat and drink unto this damnation. Isn't that similar to those that were unworthy back in Israel when we came out of Salaki in Egypt, when we came out of Israel? Those that didn't do what they were supposed to, they unworthy doing the Passover, they died. Of our people, they didn't apply the blood, you were dead. You find it interesting now that blood is from Mashiach Yahushua, which is his life. You got to make sure that you've been walking right before you take that Passover. And if you don't, decide to do it before you do it. Make it in your mind. Ain't nothing wrong with doing it before. You know, right now, we got time. Passover is Sunday night. That's why a lot of people probably should have been here. So that they could hear just this little bit. So now you got an opportunity to get right. You see what I'm saying? Because the Most High wants us to take it, to do it. Go ahead, King Yashu.
2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith.
That's be obedient, man. That's how serious this covenant is. Because this is a covenant of faith. Faith in Mashiach Yahushua. We got to have the law and the faith, man. It's the law and the faith. You got to keep the law. That's why we're keeping the law. But this was the problem with Israel before, because it was too much hypocrisy.
Right.
They knew to keep the feast. And for time's sake, I'm not going to go into all the scriptures, but Paul was speaking to those that knew the law. They knew about the feast days. They was keeping the feast days, but they weren't keeping it. Read it from the top.
Examine yourselves rather whether you be in the faith.
They weren't really in the faith. They weren't really obedient. They didn't walk the walk. They didn't walk it like it was taught. Not to sound like Migos, walking like I talk it, but yeah. Read.
Prove your own selves.
That's why we got time, man. Prove your own self, man. Know yourself. Read.
Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahawashi, Hamashiach, is in you.
See, it's all about Yahawashi. That's the Passover lamb. That's the one that's going to determine that you passed over. If his life is in you. Read.
Except ye be a reprobate.
Except you not be in it, man. You're not going to be in it. Now, what happened to Judas during this time?
Let me say something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and just like the priest was saying, it's a lot. Listen, it's a lot more it's a lot more easy to tell the truth than a lie, you know, to your brother. I don't think there's no brother in here that I'm looking at now that has ever approached me, and I've gotten that from them. You know, when I look at you and, you know, balance your words out and, you know, kind of really just taking your words. I don't think there's a brother in here that has ever done that to me. But you know, if you got an off with your brother, or, you know, there's nothing wrong with telling the truth to one another. You know, if there's something that you want to express to a brother, it's like, it doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you a punk. Actually, that makes you a better man. You know, because you're gonna have a lot of brothers, you know, that I know personally, you know, that we was weaned up together in this thing in One West. They're gonna have to come back and they're gonna have to confess a lot of stuff that they said they was lying, man. You know, but they're not gonna do it now because it's too much pride. They got too many people up under their scope, and that'll make them look real bad. You understand what I'm trying to say? All the lies they've been told, they're gonna have to come back, or they're gonna have to repent. They're gonna have to confess a lot of things they put out there. You know, slandering brothers and things they've been teaching is wrong, man. Either that or they're gonna choose death, man. You have to. You got to come back and you got to say, damn, what I was doing, that was wrong, man. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, because we see right through that, man. A lot of times, look. You know, people that I work with say, damn, Jordan, how come you always laughing all the time? I'm laughing because I know what's going to happen to the society. I'm laughing because I'm smiling because we getting the hell up out of here, man. And I don't take this damn job serious, man. You know, you got Negroes sweating, scratching, and worried about a damn district manager. You know, that's a damn Edomite woman about 5 feet tall, and oh my goodness, she's coming up this week. Nigga, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Like 6 feet 4 nigga scared of a damn 5 foot damn Edomite. Are you crazy? She can fire me today. I don't care. Good. That's one less headache I got to deal with. Good. Okay, I was ready to get the hell up out of here any damn way, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of brothers, like, you know, I'm not gonna name no names, but a brother that hasn't been in here in a long time called me last week. You know, and I'm asking him, you know, where was you at? You know, everybody gets the group text. You know, for the past 8 months, the brother hasn't been around. So I'm on the phone listening to him. You know, and I can tell right through the phone the brother's lying, man. You know, every word was I, you know, and I do this. And I'm, you know, right, you know what it is. You know, and I'm on the phone, you know, I'm listening to the brother. You know, and I'm like, the bottom line is what, brother? You know, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it to the Passover? What are you gonna do? You know, you can save everything else. What are you gonna do? But the bottom line is, you know, like I said, you know, brothers got spirits where they can read certain things on you, even before certain things come out of your mouth, your body language, the way you come out, the way you say certain things, the way you double up on your words sometimes, you know, even the way the words come out of your mouth. I'm weighing all that, man. You know, I'm looking at you and I'm weighing all that, even on the phone, man. Listen to this brother like, damn, you know, this brother lying right through his damn teeth, man. You know, I'm listening to him because that's the kind of person I am. You know, the bottom line is, well, are you gonna come with what, man? You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have a lot of brothers that's gonna play with this, you know, and think this is not serious and lie. Brother, the best thing you can do towards one another, be honest with one another, man. I don't care what it is, man. Just be honest with one another. Hey, brother, you know what? I'm sorry about this, that. I suppose I gave you $5 change back last time. I mistakenly took it home. Damn it, I never told you about it. It's better. Hey, look, look. I respect y'all more if y'all came to me and told me the truth. How can I hate you after that, man? Brother that came and told me the truth, man. Damn, I got more respect for you after that as a man. You know what I'm saying? But that's it, man. That's it.
All praise. Read on. Is that it on that?
No, I got
Good. You got it.
says, verse 6, but I trust that ye shall know that we are not reprobate.
That's for us, man, in here. That we are not reprobate. That the Most High hasn't given us over to our own lust. Because you had, in the ancient world, a lot of Israelites, and this is why we ended up in this condition. They understood the law as far as the application of the outward appearance, but they were leaving the weightier matters undone.
Right.
And you can't come to the feast day being insincere.
That's right. That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying? Like what Elder's telling you, can't be, you know, that false humility I was talking about earlier, man. You can't come, you know, faking the funk. The Most High sees it. The ones whose eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So right now we need to just, you know, adjust our attitude. If you got problems with your wife or wives or anybody within this thing, it's the time to squash it. Make peace with maybe a brother from another school. Y'all was going back and forth on, you know, on different doctrines, you know. So you call them a nigga on Facebook. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got you do. And you see what's going on in the world. I don't mean to be late, but you see what's going on right now in the Israelite world. And the contingencies and in the street at each other's throat right around Passover. man, you're not fearful to do that. You could possibly be angry with your brother with really out of righteous cause. You see what I'm saying? So you got to examine. This is the time for us to examine ourselves. Man. All right, was that it on that? God, yeah, we're in there. Let's get, were you, Yahshua, where were you?
Verse 29, 1 Corinthians 11:29.
Go ahead.
Verse 29, for he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself.
You eat, imagine that, you eating the Passover, eating destruction. What did the Most High say, man? I'm carried away with your feast day. I don't desire that no more because of the way that you're keeping it. Read on.
Not discerning the Lord's body.
Not doing what?
Not discerning the Lord's body.
Remember what he said about his body. This is my body that I gave for you. You're not discerning what I did for you. You treating each other like this? You going back and forth with your brother? You don't have no patience? You don't have no temperance? You ain't got no long suffering? You know what I'm saying? You want to eat the Passover? Negro, please.
You a leader.
Hey, you a leader in a school?
Right.
And you gonna eat the Passover? And you talk about that nigga?
Right.
Man, you ain't discerning on my shit. He died. What did he do? He died for the ones that's going around saying that nigga.
Right.
He died for the ones that was railing on each other, going back and forth at each other's throat. What did Yahawashi say? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. If you ain't discerning the Most High's body, if you are taking Passover, and that's what you're thinking about.
Right.
You definitely, I'm scared for, man, I'm really scared for some of these brothers that's taking Passover after doing something like that. You gonna eat the lamb? You gonna drink the wine? This is my body? Read on.
Verse 30, for this cause many are weak.
Many are what?
Are weak.
Are weak, man. They're weak in their abilities. Their life is weak, meaning the things that happen to them, and you don't see the power of the Most High. Where there's a lack of power, guess what you're going to find? Weakness. Where there's no power, there's weakness. So because you haven't discerned this, there are many people, and I don't want any of y'all to grow weak in this. I don't want y'all to be weak after the Passover. You know how many people we've been seen come and go since me and Elder been together? Right after the Passover?
Yep.
Yeah, like
Same day.
Here we come again. It's coming up now. We're climbing on that hill. Let's see how many gonna be up there, gonna stay. Man, many grow weak, meaning many turn from the faith. Some all of a sudden they teach and love everybody.
Right.
Now they have committed science,
Right.
which is committing suicide. Committing science, committing suicide. But again, they eat the Passover, then they got cognitive dissonance. Don't understand nothing no more. Can't comprehend nothing no more. All the things that were taught, now they got a whole nother doctrine.
Right.
A lot of that results from not eating the Passover. Y'all ever think about that? Why brothers start off and then they go, maybe they took the Passover on work. Many of them grow weak. Read on. She bearing witness. Come on. Mouth of babes.
For this cause many are weak and sickly among you.
Are sickly among you, man. You know, which is spiritual, whether it be spiritual or physical sickness. You don't want to not discern the Most High's body.
And many sleep.
Many sleep, and that sleep is what? It's death. Many sleep. It's all relevant. This is so serious. It's all relative to us coming out of bondage, because that's what He came to do, to set us free. And when you take what He did, that sacrifice lightly, what do you think gonna happen to you? When you don't acknowledge your salvation, you don't acknowledge your deliverance, then you're gonna be destroyed. You don't want deliverance, you get destruction. All right? It's either the Bible or the bullet. And many people being put to death by the bullet,
Right.
because they don't want to acknowledge the Bible.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves,
That's why, man, isn't that beautiful, man? That's why we say the water, Yahweh, He giving us an opportunity, even before we take the Passover. Judge yourself, man. If we would judge ourselves, go back to what you brought out, Yahshua, examine yourself. Come on.
we should not be judged.
We shall what?
We shall not be judged.
That means you won't be condemned, because guess what, beloved? The death angel coming through tomorrow. He coming through tomorrow. Like, I guarantee you, he coming through. He gonna find out who been naughty or nice. All right?
Verse 32.
Come on.
But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord.
We're chastened of the Most High. He's correcting us. That's what's even going now. And this is his mercy that he's showing us. Read on.
That we should not be condemned with the world.
We shouldn't be condemned with the world. What world was that? That was the world of ancient Egypt and present day Egypt, when he comes back to eradicate the damn devil off the face of the earth, man.
Right.
Come on.
Verse 33. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat.
This is talking about the Passover. When you come together. Is that the new so-called New Testament, Yahshua? Come on. But what I'm saying, it is the New Testament you read from, right? That ain't the Old Testament.
That's right.
But it's the new, it's coming from the Old Testament, but you're reading in the so-called New Testament.
Right.
One and the same. Come on. When you come together, not when you don't have to come together. Read on.
Tarry one for another.
Wait one for another. Come on.
Verse 34. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home.
Meaning, if you hungry, you don't want to come and eat here. This is not a dinner to just come up and have and just to get full. You got a lot of people that come to the Passover for that. You got faces you never seen before. Oh, you having lamb? We seen it happen. I seen whole family show up. Like, who the hell is somebody that gave them a flyer or something? How the hell they find out about this?
They know that lamb expensive.
Whole family, a whole tribe come in. And they, am I blind?
No.
Whole family members. They brought everybody. And this is the first time we seen y'all. See them no more. Don't see them no. And I'm glad you said that. Passover is not just that. Unleavened bread is just, we see through the scriptures, and we're going to see in a little bit, they're synonymous together. A lot of people got the mentality, you eat the Passover and then you don't have to come back the seventh day. It says 7 days eat unleavened bread. Then you have the set apart convocation on the seventh day. You take it unworthily too when you skip out. I've seen that happen over the years. They do it the one day, then after Passover, well damn, what was it, just dinner? You don't come back. It's not about, feast don't mean food. Feast is appointment. It's mo'adam in the Hebrew. Appointment of the Most High. So this ain't about eating more than discerning of Mashiach's body. That's what this is about. And using physical analogies to show you what it is. That's all it is. All right, read on.
That ye come not together unto condemnation.
So there you go that word condemnation. That you don't be judged at the Passover. Come on.
And the rest will I set in order when I come.
And then when Yahawashi come back, man, he gonna set everything in order. Some of that has to do with when we celebrate it, the times and all that. But you still have to make your effort and keep these feasts.
That's right.
All right. Because did Yahawashi keep the feast with the whole world? Hell no. He did it with his disciples. He didn't even do it with the Pharisees. He didn't do it with a bunch of other people. All right, so we won't get into that for time's sake. I want to go into 1 Corinthians 5 and 8. Whoever want to get that, can do that.
1 Corinthians 5 and 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast.
There you go again. This is Paul. Let us keep this feast. And even in the Greek, this is to celebrate the festival. And so we'll know what festival it is based on when we read down. Come on.
Not with old leaven.
For time's sake, we don't have to go back to the Torah. We know Leviticus 23, Exodus 12. It goes into the details, and we'll get into that about the leavened and unleavened bread and what we're supposed to do. But here, he's making a reference to the Torah about how to keep the feast and how Israel was going off. He said, let us keep Passover, but not the way y'all hypocrites been doing it. Read on.
Neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness.
See, we're supposed to eat unleavened bread for 7 days. You see the symbolism? Now he's telling us it transcends into the physical and the spiritual. You're not supposed to have this leaven, this old leaven. So what's the old leaven? The old leaven has to do with your old way of thinking, man. the old leaven. Leaven is symbolic of sin or things that cause, it's a nature. Leaven is generally a symbol of the spreading nature of evil. All right? So it's a nature of evil. Now, you can have bad leaven and good leaven. There are parallels between you. But in this context, it's talking about the nature of evil. Not with that old leaven, because you notice he don't say old leaven. Matter of fact, I'm going to help y'all with this, Most High willing. And it ain't me. Let's see the difference. Go to Luke 13. Somebody grab Luke 13, 20 and 21. I ain't going to be much long, but I want y'all to get this. Because you got old leaven and new leaven. And so when we go to Passover, we'll just celebrate. We ain't got to do a whole lot of teaching about it. That's why it's important to still come to class.
Luke 13 and 20. And again he said, whereunto shall I liken the kingdom of the Most High? Verse 21. It is like leaven, which a
Stop
woman...
right there. The kingdom is like leaven. So is the kingdom leaven? Read on.
Which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened.
So this is still, but this is in a positive sense. All right, because the kingdom of heaven is not leaven.
Right.
All right, let's go to Matthew 13, 32 and 33.
You said verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 32. Which indeed is the least of all seeds.
Read on.
But when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof.
That's the one. That's the mustard seed. Hold on. But that's still symbolic of mustard seed being positive and the leaven being positive. So just showing that, you know, all leaven. Now when Paul, read on, continue to read on, we're going to see this.
Verse 32. Which indeed is the least of all seeds, but when it is grown, it is the greatest among herbs, and becometh a tree, so that the birds of the air come and lodge in the branches thereof. Another parable spake he unto them. The kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven.
There we go again. That's that leaven being positive. Read on.
Which a woman took.
So that's the same occurrence. That's it on that. That's it on that.
Let me say something too. In the when it's talking about a mustard seed, that's the smallest one. It's just like this truth. When I came through the doors, it's the smallest one. It was only 25 of us in one class. That included Ariel, Masha, myself, Barack, Ben. It was only 25 of us, Tahar. And it was very small back then. That was it. It wasn't no another camps, this and that. But now you see this thing growing so large. You understand what I'm trying to say? When it's growing, it's the largest tree. And that's what's happening right now, man. This is the biggest thing that's out here right now. This is it. This is it. After this is nothing else is coming but YAHAWAH'S angels. There's nothing else coming after this that's going to rebuke, that's going to wake our people up. There's nothing coming else after this, man. The Bible, this is it, man. This is it.
That's right. Give me Matthew 16 and 6. This is going to show you the negative level.
Matthew chapter 16 and verse 6. Then YAHAWAH'S said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
Read on.
Verse 7, and they reason among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread.
The thing is, it's dealing with hypocrisy. The leaven of the Pharisees, you see in Matthew 23, was hypocrisy. And that's the bad leaven. So when Paul is referencing the old leaven, he's talking about the old leaven of sin and insincerity. And that's why we got to discern ourselves. And when we take this, are we sincere about what we're doing? Or what reason, or why you here? All right? Have you truly discerned the Most High's body? This ain't nothing to play with. You better off not doing it. We had brothers tell us that when we went over to teachers before, he said, man, I'm not taking the Passover. He said, yeah, I'm not taking the Passover. He said, I ain't messing with it. Hey,
He's honest.
That was smart. I wouldn't tell no man, yeah, go ahead and do it anyway if you ain't sincere. If you not sincere, don't do it. You got next month to do it. Because the scriptures say if you couldn't do it in that first month, you could do it in the next month if you weren't able to attend it. All right, for reason of a journey. Well, your journey could be not discerning it in the right way, and you want to journey to the truth before you go ahead and take it. Read on, Yahshua. Let's go back. That was it on that. It's 1 Corinthians 5 and 8. I'm almost done. Because we're going to have a little teaching on it, obviously, at Passat. But I just wanted this part for us to hear, so we don't get in no trouble.
1 Corinthians 5 and 8. Therefore let us keep the feast not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness.
And wickedness. We got to stop right there so we know what malice is, so that we're not found guilty of it. Meaning evil, wickedness, even having a vicious disposition, man. You know, spite. You can have a wicked disposition. You know, your character is just, you don't have the fruits of the spirit. You rash with your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You easily angered. You got to work on some character issues, man. You know, you don't want to be around brothers. You know, I don't go around fellowship, man. I do this on my own. I need to deal with them damn camps. Camp bashers and stuff. Come on, man. And you gonna take the Passover by yourself and you got that attitude? No, I don't think you're gonna make it. Read on.
But with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
The unleavened bread of being sincere, man. That means bread of sincerity is dealing with cleanness or clarity, clearness, purified. Your purity, your sincerity in discerning Hamashiach's body, man. And making sure you're doing this in the right way. Come on.
Let me say something too.
Go ahead.
Even Yahawashi ruled with a camp. They was called the disciples. That's right. A lot of people don't understand that. Even Yahawashi did it all on his own, but you know, he needed men also. You know, hey, he wrote with a camp. It's called disciples. Y'all go over there, y'all go over there, y'all go over there. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So, you know, they was all of one mind. Okay, like everybody else is supposed to be, but you know, that's evil, man. You know, brothers, you know, in these camps and they're angry all the time, man. The Most High still don't strive with an angry man, man. You got a brother angry all the damn time and shoot negative about camps. You know, that's not the way it's supposed to be, man. We're supposed to be all in one mind, man. You see, you got about two camps surrounded. We're supposed to all be together, man. We're supposed to all be together, not brothers angry all the time and they're not associating. Go by them, pump your fists up at them, they just look at you in anger. What the hell is that all about, man?
That's right.
If I'm saluting you as a brother in Yahawah's name and you just looking at me with your hands to your side and you want to speak to me, you know what I'm saying? I've got my fist, hey, shalom, Mark, and brothers, they'll flinch a little bit because they know they want to speak, man. You know, they're like, how stupid is that, man? You know, I didn't do nothing personally to you, but it's that leadership, man. It's that leadership that's keeping you from that brotherly love, man. It's that leadership. How the hell I'm gonna salute you in Christ's name and you're gonna go like this and then put your damn hand down? That's evil, man. That's evil, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know me personally, okay, but you're gonna flinch, you want to, and Satan gonna push your damn hand right back down, man. That's evil, man. And you preaching about brotherhood and love?
You preaching about brother? I'm like, no, that's crazy.
It's
unbelievable, man.
It's true.
Unbelievable.
That's right. So when you dealing with this malice and this wickedness, it's dealing with evil intentions, man.
Right.
So what the elder's talking about, you're dealing with an evil intention, like we said, a wicked disposition, ill will or desire. Now we seen recent display of that with camps going back and forth with each other. That's ill will and desire.
Right.
You are wishing ill will and desire on your brother, man. You can't keep the Passover like that.
No.
All right.
No, you can't.
You can't. And think that the Most High is dealing with you, man.
Right.
So that's that sin. So we can't keep the feast. We're to keep it, but do not keep it with that old leaven and with the leaven of malice and wickedness. Read on.
Verse 9. I wrote unto you in an epistle not to company with fornicators.
So keep company with fornicators. Those that transgress the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Those that give it into their own lust. That's why even with that wickedness, if you got some inherent wickedness, if you're dealing with pornography or something, now is the time. Do not eat the Passover and you ain't got that out your system. Get it out your system. Make sure that, man, I ain't doing that. Any sexual immorality, of course, you know, thoughts, things like, ask the Most High to deal with that. These are the things you should be praying for.
Right.
not no new Cadillac.
Right.
So let him pray for that. Go ahead, read.
That precept.
Bring it up.
Matthew 9:17. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles.
That's right. You can't do that. And that's what you do when you come to the Passover. This is, look, the renewing of a covenant.
That's right.
And you bringing that old leaven into the Hamashiach, the Spirit of the Most High. His Spirit is there. He's introducing us into this covenant. We got mercy. Got His mercy to come back into it. And you gonna put that old leaven into this? What you was doing in the church, what you was doing into the world, now you're gonna do that in this?
Right.
Read on. You better off robbing a bank.
It
Go ahead.
says, neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break,
Come on.
and the wine runneth out.
Why it blows it up. And that's why a lot of brothers, man, they grow weak and they when it comes to this truth, they fall away from it. They end up falling away from the truth. Come on.
And the bottles perish, but they put new wine into new bottles,
There you go.
and both are preserved.
Let all things become new. Because even when you go in that 1 Corinthians 5:8, when it tells you not to keep it with the leaven, nor with the leaven of malice or wickedness, with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. But when it reads down, it says, hold on, let me go back. To keep it with truth, with sincerity. Again, that sincerity and that truth we know is the law. Keep it with how the Heavenly Father told us in that ordinance. We got to keep it in that ordinance and according to that custom. All right, read on.
That's it on that.
Let's sit on that. Where are we at, Yahshua? Oh yeah, fornicators. With immoral people. So the fornicators are those that are immoral. That's why, you know, even when I hear things like, everybody can come to the Passover. When they make announcements like that, why you do, did Yahawah say that? Why you keep telling that everybody can come to the Passover? Immoral people can't come to the Passover. This Passover is for black, Latinos, and Native Americans. Everybody come. No. It said not to keep company with immoral people. If they still smoking weed, you getting all them people messed up. Come as you are. That's the same thing the church say. What the hell you telling everybody to come to the Passover? That goes against the scriptures, man. And we don't see the example of Yahawah teaching that. It is for our people, but our people need to have understanding before they eat it. Or if they do, they're going to eat it what? Unworthily. What they going to receive to themselves. You done invited people to a dinner of damnation. Go ahead and eat this to your damnation, man. You like a damn witch doctor, man. But what you trying to do to the people? You got to teach them first before they come and eat the Passover.
Right.
And even people, if you got family members, man, break it down to them in its most minuscule form before you have them come and eat that Passover. All right? Read on.
Verse 10. Yet not altogether with the fornicators of this world,
We know we're not eating with heathens, fornicators of this world. Read on.
or with the covetous, or extortioners, or with idolaters, for then must he needs go out of the world.
That's right. You can't even eat this. Creflo Dollar can't come to our Passover. TD Jakes, I don't care. He couldn't pay to get in it. People pay to see him, but he couldn't pay to come to our Passover.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Read on.
Verse 11. But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator.
Even if but we don't keep with heathens, but guess what? Even if he your brother, if he's called a fornicator, read on.
Or covetous,
Or covetous, if he's in the covenant, wanting other men's wives. You know what I'm saying? Wanting other, we see that. You got Negroes that gonna be at the Passover looking at other men's wives for them, wanting for themselves. It's gonna happen. You got brothers that's done that before. And slept with their best friends' wives are gonna eat the Passover. Knowing that they had done that. How the hell you eat Passover like that? Read on.
or an idolatry,
Or adultery. Come on.
or a railer.
Because even here, even in the Greek, with any, it says with any, go back up to read 1 Corinthians 5:11 again.
But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother.
They said it's called a brother. You know, in the Greek, that's literally a so-called brother. So we be saying so-called. It was already written in the Greek. That's how you know it was us.
Right.
We said a so-called brother. That's what literally in the Greek, I'll give you the Greek word. The meaning of that word, who's called a brother, is anomazo. To name or to give a name, I give a name to mention or call upon the name of, but that's a so-called brother, man. Read on. We got a lot of brothers that are called brothers, but are not brothers. Indeed. Read.
Be a fornicator.
If he be a so-called brother and is an immoral person, man, you know he don't operate. You know he break the Sabbath. You ain't supposed to be eating no Passover with him. Read on.
Or covetous.
Or covetous, desirous of having more. That's what that is, man. Want more than your lot, man. Always want what somebody else got. I'm gonna use your money. Damn, brother. Damn. Come on, man. Damn. Your eyes always on my plate. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fraud, brother, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Read on.
Or an idolatry.
Or an adulterer. I mean, a worship of images. And you got a lot of men pleasers. A lot of men that please men eating the Passover. You got a room of men pleasers eating Passover that they ain't supposed to be eating. Isn't that crazy?
With the vaccine.
With the needle in their arm. Come on, man. They're a bunch of dope fiends. What's going on, man?
How you gonna be a leader and you're gonna have one of your main captains reference you as saying, if it wasn't for such and such, you know, he saved my life. Didn't mention the Most High's name once.
He down the cross for you?
Right, didn't mention the Most High's. He said,
What are you talking about?
He saved my
Nigga ain't
life.
saved your life.
He saved my life. Didn't say through the spirit of YAHAWAH'S, the Most High used this man right here to come across to me. Didn't say that at all. He saved my life. Didn't mention the Most High's name at all.
Right.
This man right here saved my life. That nigga's the Black Jim Jones. the enlarged version.
We're not supposed to keep company or eat with men like that, man. That's what the scripture said. Read on.
Or a railer.
Or man, look at that. Isn't that so? What have we witnessed with camps going back at each other? Back and forth. Oh, F you. F you, no. Come on, man. That's some street, effeminate type stuff, man. I mean, a revival.
Yeah. Such a block.
Right.
It's the cops block. If the cops told y'all to get the hell up out of there, wouldn't none of y'all niggas blocks. Right.
This is and just slanderous, you know, name calling and things like that,
man.
and faggots and calling each other supposed to be brother. And this word is used of injury another's reputation by denigrating abusive insults. That's what that means. And that's what we seeing. Literally, abusive insults. This is what this word means. Lordoros. Lordoros in the Greek, man. And this is what we're seeing happening. You think I'm going to those Passovers? Well, you better be glad that you just don't go in there and instantaneously combust, just blow up. Read on.
Or a drunkard.
Or a drunkard.
Or an extortion.
You got, now look, I don't mean it, but you got people that's teaching. You got Israelites that's teaching and admitting, I'm drunk. I'm drunk, man. I'm drunk right now. Teaching the word.
Yeah, right.
I'm drunk. You're not supposed to keep. We can't make this stuff up.
No, that's what I'm laughing
And
at.
it seems like it's coming from the same place.
Yeah.
It's from the same places.
Yeah.
Right here, everything we almost read, the Most High is telling us through his servants that you're not supposed to keep Passover or eat with someone that's and that's all that's going to be going on. And that we're seeing. They got these attributes, or not attributes, but this characteristic. A reviler, a drunkard. What's the next one, Rob?
An extortioner.
Yeah. you must stop extortion. But if you gotta pay $500-600 to come to a Passover for a family, come on. Really? That's how much it costs per family, $500-600? That's extortion. When brothers are already giving alms and paying tithes,
Right.
and you asking for $500-600,
Where did that money go? Right.
$1,000,
Right.
for a Passover, you know. Come on. That's crazy. Read on.
Would such an one know not to eat?
No, with these people that have this characteristic, don't eat. Man, aren't you glad, man, you're in a relationship with Yahawah, I know I am, man. But all those men, and we got to pray for our brothers. We got to pray for our brothers because they're taking the Passover unworthy, and they receive it to themselves damnation. We got to pray for our brothers. All right, read on.
Verse 12. For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within?
You got to judge with this. This is not for everybody, man. We're going to be the judges of the earth. Read on.
But them that are without God judgeth. Therefore put away from among yourselves.
Put away from among, man. Leave these people alone, man. Come on.
That wicked person.
That what?
That wicked person.
That person. Christianity don't teach that. Come as you are and stay as whoever you're going to be. That's how they act. No change. So that's all I wanted to share with you. I didn't want to get too deep in it, but I hope that that's helped and kind of has us the seriousness of this time and being very grateful that the Most High, man, got us at this place, man, because we could be in that same funk. We could be in that same rut, and you're going to be in trouble, man, you eat that Passover. That's why, man, it's a sign when sometimes people saying, yeah, well, we're going to keep the Passover, we're going to have a vain, glorious time, and then it gets shut down. The Most High was sparing. And you don't want to go and enter into this. Man, if I was those brothers that are dealing with that spirit, I would make it right with brothers. I would bless other peacemakers, and then I take the Passover the right way. And make sure that I don't find myself in that 1 Corinthians that we just read. And find, because I'll be taking it unworthy. Go ahead.
Precept. Luke 17:3. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him.
That's right. This is the time that we should be operating in forgiveness, because that's discerning Yahawa's body. That's what he died for, man. He died for those that knew not. He died for the hard-headed. He died for the stiff-necked. He died for the revilers, for the extortioners, which some of us were. You see what I'm saying? We need to have that same spirit, but at the same time, he didn't eat Passover with everybody. He didn't invite everybody to the Passover. He ate it with his disciples because he knew them. You see what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we discern. Except he knew, and he knew he was going to betray him. Make sure we ain't in that number. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Priest is absolutely right. You want to know how, like on a real small level, how you know that, you know, you're honest with one another, how that can just squash a lot of that can squash a lot of evil. If I got an off with Ryan today, me and him get into an argument, me and him don't speak again at all. You know, that's it. Don't you know that thing can go for years and for years and for years and for years? But once you come and see the brother and say, brother, you know, I apologize, I'm sorry for this and that, that makes everything a little better. You start hugging each other, you start, you know, hey brother, you know, you may start crying. That goes to show you the power in being truthful to one another. But if it's the evil that's keeping you back, I ain't apologizing to that brother, man. I owe that brother no apology, man. I'm not apologizing to that brother. I'm not apologizing to that brother. You know what I'm saying? When you don't do stuff like that, that's that evil that keeps you away from one another. But truthfully, when you come back and you repent and you say, damn, brother, I apologize. I'm sorry, man. Y'all will be talking for the rest of the damn night, man. Happy as hell. Damn, man. Don't never let that come between us no more, man. Happy as, that goes to show you how the evil can separate brothers and keep you apart. Just like with the Most High. How your sins have what? Have made you, you know, separate yourselves from the Most High, man. You know, a lot of people rather just be evil and don't apologize and repent, okay, to the Most High. They'd rather stay that way rather than apologize to the Most High, man. You know, Most High said a lot of people are going to choose death over life in these last days. Especially black women. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You'll never give more than your house shot.
That's right.
You'll never be able to do it. But through his life and his example, you need to show him something.
There you go. You owe him something.
You owe it to him.
That's right, brother.
You owe it to him.